You know that feeling when you're working on a project, and you know you read the perfect article or saw the perfect image, or wrote down the perfect idea some time ago, or definitely saved a PDF last week. So you spend the next 40 minutes frantically digging through your screenshots, notes, saved Instagram posts, starred emails, and a messy downloads folder. By the time you find it, if you even do, your creative spark is dead. You're exhausted. If you have also experienced this, then you're not alone. You consume about 34 gigabytes of information every single day, the equivalent of 174 full newspapers. Yet, if I asked you to summarize the last podcast you listened to or the last article you saved, your mind would probably go completely blank. That's because our brains were designed to have ideas, not to store them. To solve this problem, you need a second brain, a digital brain which works like your extended mind and lets your biological brain do what it does best: connect, imagine, analyze, and create. Today, we are going beyond the pages of Tiago Forte's bestseller book, Building a Second Brain. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to build this extended mind with a simple notes app already present in your phone or computer. We are currently living through a shift from information overload to something much more dangerous: information exhaustion. You have access to more knowledge than any human in history, and it's making you less productive, not more. We spend hours reading books and watching explainers, but when we actually need that wisdom for a work project or a life decision, it's gone. We are essentially starving for wisdom while drowning in information. Studies show the average knowledge worker spends 26% of their workweek just searching for information they've already seen before. That's over 10 hours a week lost. To turn raw information into knowledge, you need a system: code. This is the heartbeat of your entire second brain. C. Capture. When something resonates, a quote, an image or video, an idea, an article, get it out of your head immediately. Don't filter, don't judge, just collect. Organize. Put it somewhere you can find it later. Not by topic, but by where you'll use it.
Distill.
When you revisit a note, highlight only the most essential parts. Future you doesn't have time to reread everything. Give them the gold. Express. This is the whole point. All of that captured, organized, distilled knowledge becomes the raw material for everything you create: videos, presentations, essays, projects. The code method isn't just a productivity hack. It's a creative pipeline. You can actually see how this flows like a diamond shape. The first two steps, capture and organize, are all about divergence. You're exploring, gathering little seeds of imagination, widening your horizons. But you can't just stay in that gathering phase forever, or you're never going to create anything. So the final two steps, distill and express, are convergence. You literally shut the door to new inputs so you can finally construct something completely new out of those building blocks you've gathered. Let's understand each letter. First, capture. The first job of a second brain is capture. Not perfect, just capture. A good analogy is a fishing net. You are not trying to sort the fish while they are still in the water. You just catch what matters first. Sorting comes later. If something sparks an idea, teaches you something, or feels useful later, it goes into a single trusted capture system. That means notes, articles, quotes, video links, voice memos, screenshots, insights, rough thoughts. All of it. One warning though: don't become a digital hoarder capturing everything just because it exists. Capture what resonates. Capture what has energy. Capture what could become useful. Second step is to organize. Most people save things randomly, organized by topic, and then wonder why they can never find it at the time of actual work. Here's a radical approach: you organize by actionability, not subject. You organize by where it's going, not where it came from. PARA stands for projects, areas, resources, archives. Projects. Things you're actively working on right now with a clear end date. Areas. Ongoing responsibilities with no deadline: your health, your finances, your channel. Resources. Topics you're interested in for future use. A reference library. Archives. Done projects. Old ideas. Everything else. Keep them. Just out of your way. Imagine your digital life as a kitchen. Projects are the meals cooking on the stove right now. Areas are the essentials in your fridge and pantry. Resources are the utensils, cookware, recipe books, etc. And archives are the things you rarely use kept in a deep freezer. Ask the magic question about every note before saving. Is this connected to something I'm actively working on? If yes, project. If it's an ongoing responsibility. Area. Is it a reference material for future use, resource? Everything else, archive. We have collected the useful stuff and organized it nicely. Now we move towards actually using it. Distill. Why does this matter? Because the future you is rarely in the mood to reread a 2,000-word dumped in a note just to find one useful line. Future you wants only the main points and fast. You want to see the gold in your notes in under 30 seconds.
Progressive summarisation is Tiago Forte's signature technique.
Instead of saving full articles or long quotes, you layer your notes over time. Layer 1 is the raw text you saved. Layer 2, you bold the most important sentences when you revisit the note. Layer 3, you highlight the most important parts of those bold sentences. Layer 4, you write a 3 to 4 sentence executive summary at the top of the note. You build these layers progressively, not all at once. By the time you need them, they're already predigested for exactly what you're working on. It's like a research assistant who knew what you'd need before you knew you needed it. That assistant is you. Past you. Doing a favor for future you. Most people stop there. But Tiago Forte goes one step further. Now, once you have these hyper-distilled notes, how do you actually use them to get projects done 10 times faster? Here is where the magic happens. You build intermediate packets, or IPs. These are bite-sized, reusable assets of your past work. A paragraph you drafted, a slide deck outline, a list of research links, a voice memo, a rough sketch, a template. Your second brain becomes a library of building blocks. Think of it like reusable Lego blocks. You don't mold raw plastic from scratch every single time you want to build a toy castle. You grab pre-made blocks and snap them together. The blank page is your ultimate enemy. But if you build a second brain, you never have to start a project from a terrifying blank page ever again. If you store your past work as reusable Lego blocks, starting a new project is just snapping together pieces you've already made. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from halfway. You build an archipelago of ideas, using your collection of pre-existing notes that work as stepping stones for new projects. The final step is express. Turn your notes into something real. That could be a post, a presentation, a proposal, a video, a design, a business plan, or a solution to a problem you have been sitting on. This is where the system becomes creative instead of just organized. The more you turn notes into output, the more your second brain becomes a machine for making connections. Ideas start linking up. Old thoughts meet new ones. Half-finished observations become actual work. The biggest mistakes people make once they start capturing data is becoming digital hoarders. They either treat the second brain as a better place to dump more information and build a digital junk drawer full of articles they'll never read, notes they'll never revisit, and folders they'll never touch. Or they think building a second brain is about creating a perfect, beautiful encyclopedia of everything they know. They spend days customizing Notion templates, color-coding folders, and organizing tags. That's not productivity, that's productive procrastination. Your second brain is not a museum. It's not a library you're trying to make perfect. It's a workshop. It should be slightly messy, actively used, and oriented entirely toward output. It doesn't need to look pretty. It just needs to have the tools ready when you need to build. The wrong approach is trying to save every link and PDF thinking more information equals more power. You should only keep the 10% of a book or article that actually shakes your soul or solves one of your 12 main problems. A second brain isn't a storage unit. It's a bicycle for your mind that accelerates you toward your goals. It is a system of capturing with intention, organizing by action, distilling for clarity, and expressing into output. Before applying this, you're constantly staring at blank, intimidating screens. You're losing brilliant ideas to the chaotic downloads folder. You're feeling information exhaustion every single day. And every Sunday night, there's that low-grade guilt. I read so much, consumed so much. Where did it all go? But after building a second brain, your workflow is just frictionless assembly. You open your notes before a project and find ideas you captured 6 months ago. Perfectly relevant, already distilled, ready to use. You start writing and discover you're not writing from nothing. You're assembling from everything. And that book you read? You carry it with you not as a vague memory, but as a living set of ideas you can reach for any time. You have total peace of mind knowing your trusted system is remembering all the tiny details for you. You stop crunching work and instead let it simmer until it's ready. You have a knowledge vault that makes you interruption-proof, allowing you to pick up exactly where you left off. You finally feel present and calm because you've fired your biological brain from the job of remembering and promoted it to the job of CEO of your life, free to do what it was actually designed for: imagining, creating, and being present. Here's your challenge for the next 24 hours. Do not try to reorganize your entire life. Start building your second brain with a single note. 1. Set up one centralized digital notes app and create 4 top-level folders in your notes app to distinguish between projects, areas, resources, and archives. 2. Pick one thing, one insight, one quote, one idea that you've encountered in the last week and meant to remember but didn't write down. Sort it into PAR of folders. 3. Identify your 12 favorite problems. Write a list of most important questions affecting your life now and in near future to act as a filter for what to capture. 4. Apply progressive summarization. Take one high-value note and distill it through layers, bolding and highlighting, until you can get the gist in under 30 seconds. 5. Schedule a weekly review. Dedicate 15 to 30 minutes once a week to clear your inboxes, update project folders, and reprioritize goals. The people who apply what Tiago Forte teaches don't just organize differently, they think differently. They create more, stress less, and compound everything they learn into work that matters. And now, so do you. If this resonated, the book goes even deeper. Forte's chapter on 12 favorite problems alone is worth the read. The link is in the description. If you want to stop drowning in information and start using it to level up your career, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Building a second brain isn't about finding the perfect app. It's about a journey of personal growth and self-expression. Now that you have the system, the only question left is, what are you going to create? Keep building the second brain, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.